Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1917 Underwood No.5 antique desktop typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight, and I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. And on the platen are these two paper fingers that also help feed the page. Just got to make sure that they're on the outside, or else you won't be able to feed it correctly. And your margins are up front here. This is your left margin. You just got to make sure that these margins are in between those two fingers so you don't type over them. About as close as we're going to get. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, get you back to the beginning. It skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, just flip the switch down, it skips 2, one more, it skips 3, very smooth. So I'm gonna move the margin closer to the edge. It wasn't as close as I thought it was to that paper finger. And that's all the keys. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. Switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that down and it prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. As you can see, there's red on the bottom and black on the top. Beautiful. This is still one of the best typing machines you can buy. Over 100 years old, and it's still that nice. Unbelievable how the technology was back then. It just these were the first actual typewriters that you could see when you type. Before that was a blind writer where it would print underneath and you'd have to feed it through to see it, see what you typed, and that would be the Remington blind writer. So we're going to switch this back to blue, which prints the top portion of the ribbon. And we're going to pull that page easy by flipping the switch on the right side down, and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier. Load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that up before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the right. To clear that, just hit that left shift button. Backspace on the top left, very smooth. Tab on the top right. The tabs are set manually back here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tabs, which is actually a little bit too many. So if you don't need some of these, you just move them all the way outside here. I don't know who would use that many tabs, but they're available. So I'm just going to set these on 20, 30, 40, and whatever. And you go to the beginning of the margin and you hit the tab. Where's that tab? Right here. And it stops at each one of these like that. Works good. So now we're going to look at the right side of the machine where the ribbon ratchet is. And you can ratchet that ribbon. Right now all the brand new ribbon's loaded on the right side, so it's pulling to the left. And if you want it to pull to the right, you pull this out like that, and you can ratchet it through. Push it in and pull to the left, and that's how we're going to keep it for now. Carriage release on each side. Can't even hear it, it's just too smooth. Beautiful typewriter. Can't hear anything, just butter. Carriage release on the front on this side, and this little knob, if you pull it out, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. Same concept with this lever. When you flip that up, it'll disable the spacing. You flip it down, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.